Hi Libra, welcome to your, hang on, it gets loud, I know because the mic and the shuffling, your September 2018 love reading. I have been shuffling quite a bit off camera. I found if I use the paper there, it works. This will take a look at your love situation in general, whether you are coupled or not. It may resonate, it may not. If it does not, or it stops resonating, because it might resonate at first and then I get specific. I start off general, get specific. If it stops resonating, just take what resonates, leave the rest. You can also check your moon, rising, or Venus signs for a more full reading. And of course, check other channels. There's a lot of versions of this out there. They do a really good job. So I have some listed in my featured channels or related channels section. All right, let's get to it. This is for Libra, September love 2018. Sometimes I get into this and then I forget who I have my little checklist over here, right? And I forget. So it's like, okay, thanks, bye, because I forgot who I was reading for. You get so into it and then you're like, wait, who was that? So anyway, bottom of the deck energy, 9 of Swords upright. This is some stinking thinking, possible depression or anxiety that you're dealing with over an issue. Not making light of it, but it is pervasive and it's ugly. It is not fun to be in. All right, so we've got all reversed here. Not necessarily a bad thing. Magician reversed, King of Cups reversed, Ace of Wands reversed, High Priestess reversed, and Seven of Cups reversed. So you got 2 heavies. Okay, so this does have some weight to it. Preliminary reading. This is where it's general. I can see why there's some anxiety. Okay, I can see why this is pretty heavy duty, Libra. This, we're dealing with somebody that possibly has a mood disorder, possible narcissistic personality disorder, somebody that might be a diva or a drama queen or king, somebody that, in some cases, this is somebody that still hasn't come forward with their sexuality and their sexual identity. Other cases, it's somebody that is very talented but just can't because of mental blockages. So that was in the past, all right? Then we've got this as the obstacle. This right here, this is a person. It's a king, so I'm going to say male, but it could be male or female. That if it's a person, this person is moody, emotionally manipulative, volatile, uses their emotional control over somebody to control them. It stems from insecurity, but they can be extremely and deliberately unpredictable and even cruel. If it is about a situation, in general, this is an unhealthy attachment to a person or an unhealthy relationship. This is not an emotionally balanced or generous relationship. It could be at the very least one-sided. At the worst case scenario, it's abuse and neglect. And I mean, it's mind games. This is your current situation, a non-starter. There is a blockage, serious blockage, and that's, we're dealing with a lot of repressed, blocked things here. Delays, lack of motivation, feeling weighed down, feeling frustrated, there's no inspiration, there's no passion, there's no anything. Again, a lot of mental blockages here. And so coming towards you, or the outside environment, this could be because you are blocked. You have not listened to your inner voice. You are doing things that don't make sense. You are attaching to people that aren't healthy to attach to, and it's made you doubt yourself. It's made you cut off your inner voice. You don't want to sit down and listen to it because it's going to say, hey, what are you doing? I mean, this is, so this is just being cut off from you. This is you cutting yourself off from you. And you need to slow down and listen to that. Get back in touch with your gut instincts and your, whatever you want to call it, but that guiding force, that you need to listen to your instincts, and you need to have some quiet time so you can hear what yourself has to say. That makes sense. All right, and we've got, at the very end, we've got 7 of Cups reversed, and that is about temptation, about diversionary tactics. That could be part of the wheelhouse for this person right here. Very skillful at coming in and showering you with love and making you just feel like the center of the universe, and then turning around and it's very cold all of a sudden. This could be bad habits developing. This could be just going on lockdown. This could be echoing this and going on lockdown and just not having anything to do with anything and just going quiet so you can hear that inner voice. And you're shutting off, you're shutting down all of the temptation. You're shutting down all of the distractions. That could also be what this is. We're going to get into it. All right, so let's start with the Magician reversed. Let's clarify. Magician reversed. This is the past. Why? Okay, so we've got the stirrings of, you know, inspiration. Does anybody else, every time I see this, okay, does anybody else see that right there? Like, do you see what that looks like? I'm just saying. Okay, all right. So I was thinking, oh, passion. Okay, so you've got the stirrings of new ideas, new creativity, new, like, it's like, oh my gosh, like a muse. That's what it's like, a muse. Okay. In some cases, this could be somebody approaching, like a message, or somebody comes in with that sparks your creativity and curiosity. It's a joint, or they act as a muse. I want to say a joint adventure, but it acts as a muse. And we've got being kind of on edge, kind of courageously showing up and standing your ground, but you're really tired and you're about done. And this, I think, might be, I think we're talking about, well, this is in the past. I think we're talking about a person and the person dealing with them. This could be that you, Libra, were dealing with somebody like this, and you're trying to do the right thing, because these people are rule breakers. That's why they often are so successful, even upright. I'm not talking about just reverse. They're the rebels of the zodiac. I usually associate this with like Aquarius or the King of Wands, which is a fire sign, but because they're the rule breakers. They go against the grain. They're trailblazers. You know what I mean? And they don't follow rules. And yet this one right here very well could be someone that's doing what they're supposed to do in a relationship and wanting to give the benefit of the doubt and this and that, whatever. But they're about to hit that 10 where it's like, okay, I'm done. I can't anymore. And they're tired. But there's always something that kind of keeps pulling you back. Like, that keeps kind of, oh, well, what about this? What if I try this? Oh, what if I try this? And I think that's a trap that we can fall into mentally when we're dealing with somebody like this, that is a master manipulator, is that you think, well, if I just this, then they'll that. And this could be a man, this could be a woman. Okay, so I think I think this is one person and this is another person. And in dealing with this situation in the relationship or this person, you're kind of at your wit's end. You're wounded warrior. You're, male or female. You're about done, but you keep having these, I want to say, second thoughts, or thinking, well, maybe if this happens, well, maybe if, you know what I mean? That's what this feels like now. Now let's clarify this. It might be that you actually have the new stirrings with somebody else, but it doesn't feel like that to me. King of Cups reversed. What's that about? Oh, okay. So we got the King of Cups reversed, and this is the obstacle here, right? We've got somebody that is not a loving person. You are dealing, Libra, with somebody. This could be reversed. I could be talking about you. Whoever this is, the obstacle to this relationship was this situation. It was not a loving situation. It was not emotionally generous or balanced. And it had run its course. The relationship had run its course, and it was, it's over. It's like your whole world's been turned upside down, quite literally. I mean, if you want to be cliche, right? But it just fell flat. It was working and then it wasn't. But it was a slow decline, and it always is with somebody like this, because they're very skillful. They're very skillful at the manipulation and it's insidious. It's so subtle that you don't notice it, and then all of a sudden it becomes really noticeable, and then you're trapped. And oftentimes that's the case. This is. Yeah, it's done. It's over. And it has to do with this happy home. And you even tried to stick it out for practical reasons, for security reasons, and you still couldn't. And it could be that the situation is emotionally unstable and toxic, or it could be there is a person that was emotionally unstable and toxic and moody and jealous and played mind games and was abusive, and that's why the relationship ended. Either way, this relationship ended. It was not a healthy attachment. And we've got... the current situation is just feeling lack of progress, stuck, Yeah, you're still dealing with this toxicity over here. You're still dealing with the fallout, and you feel like you can't be on your own without this person. You don't feel self-sufficient. You might be on your own, but you don't feel like you can be. This is toxic. This is not good. This is also the card of Capricorn. Not the Capricorn's a devil, but this, if we're going by zodiac associations with tarot cards, could be a Capricorn. You're dealing with Libra. It could be an Aquarius, and could be a water sign, Cancer, Libra, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Okay, so we got a couple options here. This is, yeah, right now you're just feeling stuck and that you don't know what to do. You don't have a plan of action. You don't know how to, you don't know, you're just in the throes of this. You're still feeling really stuck and attached, and nothing makes sense, and you don't feel like you can be on your own without that person, male or female. I keep having to say that because I tend to lean towards one way because, you know, I go by the genders on the card. So, all right, so we get to here where you're advised to stop and listen to your inner voice because you haven't been. Don't be reckless. Feel the hurt. It's going to suck. I'm sorry, it's going to suck. It is. It's going to hurt. This is bereavement, sadness, loss, disappointment. You know, this right here is this not dealt with. When you sit down and have those, whatever you got to do to get out of your system, hello, what just happened there? What's going on here? The thing froze. Sorry. Okay, I hope it did. Anyway, what I was saying was this is bad. It's going to hurt. It's going to not be pleasant, but you got to go through it. And I think that you've known for a while that this was not healthy or tenable, but you're so busy managing this over here and thinking, well, maybe if I just, or maybe if they just, I could do. You're so busy negotiating, martyring, and yet you're still being so, you know, just all the time by them, this person, that it cuts you off from yourself, and there's a lot of doubt. You don't know which end is up. So then you're still in the throes of this, right? So what's coming for you is this right here. You're going to really feel that loss and sadness, but it's good because you need to go through it. You need to go through it to get this back, to get yourself back, right? And it's just going to be painful. I'm sorry. This to me feels like you're looking at, you might feel foolish. You might feel like you've been such a fool. You played for a fool. It's not about you making reckless decisions. I mean, it could be because, you know, when we're going through something like that, we get a little loopy and crazy, and we get kind of judgy, and, well, I just need some relief, so I'm going to go do something stupid, you know. We all do it, but you're going to be pretty hard on yourself, and don't. This happens, and this situation right here, people that do that are always very good at that. That's how they get people that are not like that, because two people that are like this do not work together. There's always predator and prey. There's always up and down. There's always balance. You know what I mean? So regain yours. Start listening to because this all happened, I think, because you didn't know which end was up anyway, and there might be a habit of you not listening to yourself or cutting yourself off from your gut instinct, or knowing it and doing it anyway. So quite simply, don't do that. Okay, and let's look at this Seven of Cups here, reversed. This right here speaks to, okay, I had said that this was about probably you cutting off everything and getting back in touch with that, you know what I mean, cutting out all distractions so that you can hunker down and get to the root of this. For some of you, this also is about being petty and still wanting to stay in this and go back and forth and still find some kind of way to win with this person. Don't, because you won't. Just saying. And this is about, in this case right here for this thing, it's about mental machination to me. About going over in your mind what you should have done if I had just done it this way. Being still focused on this. This has quite the hold on some of you, and it's it's going to be, I mean, when somebody is like this, it's pretty hard, and you want to get back in there and reclaim yourself, because that's what it's about, because you've given so much of yourself away, and you feel like such a fool, you know, but don't. Just, you need to cut out all distractions, and instead of mentally machinating, going over this, just accept look at the work that you've created, look at this great work, right? And let it go. And don't go back and try to have the last word. Don't go back and try to have any sort of efficacy in the situation. You might need to go no contact. You might need to just literally cut off contact, because this is about being obsessed with winning at all costs, and you won't with somebody like this. You're just asking for heartache if you get back in there, okay? So this advice right here, to go inward and to listen and to work through it instead of just avoid it and go running right back over there and go, but what about this? Well, you said, that's you doing this again to yourself. That's you being taken away from your true purpose, or who you are, and how you got yourself in that mess in the first place, because you'll never win with somebody like that. Let your friends, God bless America, that keeps coming up. Let your friends help you. Ask for and accept for support from others. Let go, okay, let go of control issues. To me, this speaks to control issues right here, because you can't let it go, right? You can't let it go, and you want to get back in there, and you want to, it's about second guessing yourself and go running back there and let it go. Let go of control issues. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. Well, okay, I'll tell you, naturally means this, right? I'm just going to say it. Naturally is not fun, right? You'd much rather get back in there and fight and use those cutting words, or use your skilled arguments or whatnot, because it's better than feeling like this. Everybody knows it. We've all been there. So it makes perfect sense. It's not advisable, but it does make perfect sense. You do need to let go of those control issues and get back in touch with who you are. Your divine life purpose. Trust the signs and your inner guidance, which are leading you to fulfillment. Yes, this is not it right now, at least for September. Doesn't feel like it's going to be it ever. This does not feel like a good person over here. You have lost your way. That's part of what this is you've lost who you are. You've lost touch with who you are, and you need to get that back and get in touch with what fulfills you, so that you don't attract and aren't attracted to people that are going to use and abuse you and treat you with cruelty, or neglect you, or play emotional mind games and the like. Okay, so Libra, that is what I have for you. I do another one of these in 2 weeks, so if this did not apply, like I said, check your moon, rising, or Venus. Check other channels, certainly, and also I hope to see you check back here in a couple weeks, because there might be a different story than this, or a different outcome after the 2 weeks. Fingers crossed, because I know this is very difficult. So I wish you luck with this. All right, take care.